Hey guys, Michael Clark here with BAM Weather. We're going to go over the hourly section of the forecast data in the application now here from the weather porthole. What I want to do is just kind of explain to you in detail what it means and how it's derived and just how to use it really is the big goal here. So let's dive right into this. This is the hour-by-hour forecast here on the weather portal application. And this is kind of the screen here, just kind of a quick view, if you will, of the hour by hour. And what you're getting here is very simple. You're getting the time, the temperature to forecast, the sky condition, the POP, which is the probability of precipitation, the chance of rain, and then the spray forecast index, and then the wind speed, direction, and gusts. Now, let me talk to you just a little bit real quick about POPs and the hourly forecast data here. Hourly forecast data that goes into the app, one, it changes every hour. Two, it's a computer model based forecast, which means no matter if it's BAM Weather or any other weather provider in the world, no one can actually change it to be different if they're using a certain weather model. So we're at the mercy of weather models when we're looking at hour by hour forecast data. And what that can mean is that sometimes we may know it's actually not correct or not doing well. So, what we'll do is we'll try to communicate with you through other channels. For example, the chat function down here in the bottom right. We will try to basically, get your attention and let you know the hour by hour forecast in the app, it's not doing so hot, here's why. Other times it does do well, but guys, you have to understand something about hour by hour weather data is that it's an automated process, and even with all the advancements in technology and new computer models, it's still not that good. It's there to give you generalized ideas. Sometimes a 10% chance can turn into an inch of rain, and sometimes a 100% chance could mean it's not raining. And it's just the way that computer models formulate these POPs. It's very difficult to get into, but just understand that if this forecast here doesn't do well, that's not a BAM weather forecast. That's a weather model forecast. It's very important to understand that going forward. The other category here is the spray forecast. You're going to see three colors. You're going to see a red, a yellow, and a green. We'll scroll down here so you can kind of get an idea of how those would look. But the greens and the yellows mean it's okay to spray. Green means it's definitely okay. Yellow is just spray with caution. Make sure you're checking things out. Make sure you're not making any bad decisions here. Red means don't do it. This is all based on a number of different predicted weather variables, such as wind speed, such as the direction of the wind, cloud cover, the delta T, which is the difference between the dew point temperature and the air temperature. It will identify morning inversions based on that formula. And we're also looking at the probability of precip and how much may fall. So we're looking at all kinds of different variables to tell you when we think you should spray or not. That's also updated every hour, and it's a great tool to get out into the field. Now, if you click on an hour, if you see, very simply what I did is I clicked on it. It takes me to this expanded selection screen here, or this expanded data screen that's going to give me all kinds of information. All right, and I want to highlight this for you now. You're going to get things such as cloud cover percentage. You're going to get probability of precip on the hour, relative humidity percentage, okay, the forecast. You're going to get a minimum, a maximum, and a most likely precip forecast, which means it's a range of possible outcomes. And the way we've done that is we're looking at several different weather models to try and give you the best idea of how much rain is going to fall. Is it always going to be right? No. Again, it's automated data. It gives you generalized ideas, okay? Dew point temperature and the air temperature below here. You'll get a feels like temperature if there is one, if there's a heat index. Look at that. There happens to be one tomorrow, a heat index here into the 80s. It'll plot across the top. Wind speed, direction, and gust, and then a visibility forecast. This data, once again, updates every hour with new information. Okay, if you want to toggle this button and press that, it'll change to ice into snow. Obviously, it's not wintertime, so that's not incredibly relevant. This is also an accumulative forecast, which means it adds up over time. Each column you would see here with numbers in it doesn't mean that's how much you get each hour, it adds up over time to a total amount of rain, okay? The sky conditions, they should match what you're seeing in the sky for the most part, you know? So that's kind of a wrap up here of what the hour by hour forecast data means, okay, and how it's used and how it's computed. Again, we want you guys to understand that the best way to get the most accurate forecast is by talking to us. Always check the chat feature in the app. Swipe up, okay, hold it, let it refresh. Make sure there's no new information there in regards to your weather forecast. Because again, we are limited on the hour by hour weather data, and it is not BAM Weather's forecast. I don't go in and key it in, okay? It's an automated computer model forecast that we try to make as good as possible, but it's not always going to be perfect. Hopefully this helps you understand the hour by hour forecast a little bit more. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.